Hey everybody, I hope y'all are having a wonderful day or night wherever you are. First of all, I want to apologize because I had to restart this video 3 times. The third time I was probably 90% done doing my makeup and my phone died and it did not save my video draft. So I want to apologize in advance for me already having my makeup on, but I believe it is so crucial that the world know Brandon's story. So I want to go ahead and get started with that now, because his death and the overlooking of the circumstances around his death is a complete injustice to him and his family. So Brandon Embry was 33 years old. He was in the military. He actually was on a nuclear submarine called the USS Chicago. He had honors his junior year of college. He was studying chemistry. He was also studying chemical engineering. Brilliant, smart guy, loved by everybody that met him. He did not do drugs. He was just a super outgoing guy. So in September, he had everything going for him, but that all changed in September of 2019 when people didn't hear from him anymore. So what they did was someone called the police department to do a wellness check on him. So they go over there, no answer at the door. And so the police get the door open in his apartment, and the entire apartment is ransacked. From the front door all the way back to the bathroom, every nook and cranny of that apartment was ransacked. And there was a blood trail going from the going from the bedroom all the way around, blood going into the bathroom. There was a broken mirror. The top of the toilet had been broken, like somebody had taken a big heavy object and just broke it in half. And then that blood trail finally came to an end where Brandon's body was laying over by a closet, and he was laying in a pool of his own blood. He was alive, but he was barely alive. So they called an ambulance. The ambulance came and got him. And once he got to the hospital, his family started noticing some really strange things. For instance, both of his eyes were blacked. He had a fracture on the side of his head. He had scratches all down his sides. He was bruised all over his body, and he was not in good shape. He also had blood, just dried up blood on his nose and all over his body. And unfortunately, Brandon did not survive very long. So when it was time for Brandon's autopsy, they did an autopsy on him. And usually in circumstances like this, with an autopsy comes a toxicology report. Now, I just got through taking a forensics class. I'm currently getting my bachelor's in criminal justice. And a toxicology report, they're checking your body for poisons, any kind of drugs, anything along those lines to determine why you ended up the way you were, possibly. So they did a toxicology report. And they said that Brandon had done this to himself, and that he was on meth. The problem with this is when Brandon's mother received the toxicology report, there were no drugs, no meth in his system, except for a very high dose of Benadryl. Now, at the apartment, there was spilled Benadryl on the floor. It was almost an empty bottle, barely spilled on the floor. It's almost like somebody force-fed him this Benadryl. There was also, this is another thing that just kind of throws me off. Usually when crime scene investigators, go through and look through evidence, take photos, they usually tag each item of evidence and snap a picture. They will tag it with this kind of yellow light cone with either an alphabetical tag or a numerical tag, depending on what kind of evidence this is. Now, Brandon's mother has a page called Brandon's Voice. I highly encourage you to go to this Facebook page. And when you look at these crime scene pictures, there are no alphabetical or numerical tags on any of these crime scene pictures, which was a huge red flag to me. The evidence, what little evidence they did take, they destroyed it. They destroyed the evidence. Brandon's mother has a handful of pieces of evidence that she has bagged up, hoping that it will bring about justice for her son. Now, we're talking about a military veteran. Now, let me tell you, they just quickly opened and shut this case, said Brandon did this to himself, and he was on meth, but he didn't have any meth in his system. Now, there is a crime scene picture. Someone actually alerted me to Brandon's tragedy and asked me to look into it. So I started looking into it, looking on Brandon's Voice, and I saw this picture of this wrench that Brandon's mother has in her possession. And, you know, I'm not an expert yet, but if you look down the middle of this wrench, there is actually what looks like a small trail of dried up blood on this wrench. Now, when I started looking through the crime scene pictures, I noticed this huge, like, missing spot in the mirror in the bathroom where it was broken. And I said, hold on a minute. So I took the background off of the wrench picture and I superimposed it on the picture of the mirror. And it is almost a perfect fit to the mirror. It's like somebody took that wrench and sideswiped him. That's kind of my theory. Like, it's almost like they sideswiped him across his face, and in the process ended up hitting the mirror. It's almost a perfect fit. I'll include the picture here in this video so you can have a look at it too. But his entire death has been disregarded. It's been open and shut. They have done nothing. They will not return his mother's phone calls. And it is disgusting because Brandon served our country, and he deserves a thorough investigation into his death. He and his family do. Also, very shortly after his death, his sister received a message on Messenger. And in that message, it said, "I killed your brother." When they got this message, they took it to the police. The police in North Carolina did not do a thing with it. They did not investigate it. They did not do anything. And also, Brandon's password was changed on Facebook. The police did not make an effort to have his Facebook opened by Facebook themselves so that his Facebook page and social media page could be investigated for potential electronic evidence. Nothing. They have not done a thing since they closed this investigation. I think it is sick and gross. And I don't think that a mother, after having to live through the pain of losing a child, should have to go through the pain of having to do her own investigation and looking at pictures of her son's body in the hospital. But I want to encourage you to please go to the Facebook page Brandon's Voice. If you're kind of skeptical about this, I would like for you to go over that page. These pictures are extremely graphic and disturbing, but they need to be seen. His mother should not have to be doing this. She should not have to do this. It is time for the police in North Carolina to get their act together, reopen this investigation, and get justice for Brandon Embry. I thank you so much for joining me today. And again, I'm sorry that I had my makeup on before I got on here, but it's so important to me that Brandon's story is told. And just make sure to go like Brandon's Voice and show your support and love for his mother and sister and their entire family. And please send prayers their way. But anyway, I love y'all. I hope y'all have a wonderful day, night, evening, wherever you are, and I'll be seeing you soon. Love y'all. God bless.